Well, if you're not careful, it can ruin your heater. See, your furnace is not designed to run on straight used motor oil or this oil gasoline mix I do for my furnace. See, the mix of oil and gasoline burns much hotter than diesel fuel. So, if your furnace is not in good condition, the extreme heat could warp or damage the metal of the furnace. And the other downfall of running used motor oil is the extra carbon buildup inside the combustion chamber. So inside the furnace, if it has direct contact to the metal, the flame could potentially melt or warp the steel. So like a forced hot air furnace has this like asbestos flame catch or firebox. And if that's not there or if it's damaged, the flames could contact the metal pipes on the backside of the furnace and could potentially melt them or at least damage them. A boiler system is far more protected because it's just like how you could take a water balloon and put a blowtorch to it and will not pop. The water on the outside of it protects the steel from getting hot enough to warp or gets damaged. So that's why it's better to run this home heating oil I make from used motor oil and gasoline in a boiler system than a forced hot air. And you want to make sure it has a door that you can open to access the inside to make sure that you can clean and keep up with that carbon buildup on the inside. Every once in a while I got some stuff in the motor oil, so it had this buildup on the nozzle, so you just had to like chip it off. It like built up like a stalagmite up until it blocked the nozzle. But like you just chip it out and it's no big deal. It hardens almost like concrete. It's some kind of additive in certain kind of oils. But it does work in the furnace. It just can be temperamental. If you don't clean it properly and keep up with it, you'll get clogged nozzles every once in a while. So you got to know how to take your furnace apart, take the nozzle out, take it apart, clean it, put it back together. Also with the fuel filter, there's a filter screen on the pump itself, on the blower, and there's also a filter on the tank. So all I've done to run on the used motor oil and gasoline mix is I added more air, so you open the port so it gets more airflow through the burner, and also I take whatever nozzle size it has and drop it down by like 4 or 5 nozzle sizes. So that should be all the information to explain that it does work, but you got to be very careful and know what you're doing. That's why I try to explain in my videos is please do research and understand how to fix things or work on things before you start attempting these things. So someone like me, I know what I'm doing. I've done a lot of research, and it does not bother me to take a little bit of time to tweak the furnace a little bit